Hello, this is Ivanyuk. Welcome again. This time we've got to do a deep dive activity to push further third week of the Season of the Deep. I'm going to talk a little about bosses we've encountered in these dives, but also in salvage activities, shortly. Let's start with the most interesting one. I present you Kelgorath. You might have already met him and even killed him, but he keeps getting back.
Move out, fire team.
Fire team, Asa. Saint-14 has you. Dive operation is go. Keep your minds clear. Xivu and Arath's attacks do not only live on the field of battle. She stalks our thoughts for doubts like exposed throats.
You're hearing her too, huh? Well, I can't imagine the Saint has any doubts to prey on. You should be safe.
You would be wrong, friend.
At the very beginning, Kelgorath actually started as a knight in the Hidden Swarm. It was a brood led by Crota, son of Oryx, and after we killed both Crota and Oryx, these forces turned to Savathun, the Witch Queen, to have a leader. Everything went quite well till the Season of the Arrivals, when Savathun tried to spy on planets attacked by the second arrival of Black Fleet. Additionally, in conspiracy with Nokris, an exiled second son of Oryx, she tried to disrupt a connection that the fleet tried to make with us. Hive didn't like it. She was called a heretic for conspiring against the darkness, and she fled, leaving her forces unattended.
Get your ghost on that gear. Let's see how they like a little sabotage.
In the meantime, many Hive swarms were slain, and Oryx's lineage was put to an end by us. And all that pushed Kelgorath to deny Savathun. He thought she was weak for allowing their deaths, so he went to the depths of Hellmouth, a Hive fortress on the moon, to remove scarlet markings of his body. And when he found out that Xivu Arath destroyed Segura, Osiris' ghost, and left him lightless, he acknowledged it as an honorable revenge for all these deaths. So he joined Xivu and became a Wrathborn under the name Kelgorath Risen from Bones, and dedicated himself to destroy all traces of the Witch Queen. One of his first tasks was to reclaim Titan. Before its disappearance, we fought Savathun's forces there, and after its taking by the Witness, Xivu's forces, led by Kelgorath, arrived to conduct a ritual to invoke her presence here. And that was actually a huge success. Then he was sent to hunt Marasov's Techions in an ascendant plane to stop them from removing Savathun's worm in Season of the Lost. We managed to kill him twice then, and the third time during a final assault on the ritual's fire. Somehow, surprisingly, he wasn't removed from Xivu's swarm for this series of failures. Instead, she has given him a part of her own power and raised him to a rank of Darkblade. We met him again during Season of the Seraph in a Rasputin's submined vault on Mars, and guess what? We defeated him again. But that still didn't kill his dedication. In lore piece from this season's Taken Sword, we get to know that he was then called to an empty realm of the High Celebrant of Xivu Arath, the one responsible for spawning cryptolyphs and killing Segura. Rakfrin, Xivu Arath's war council, waited there to talk to Kelgorath, mock him a little because of Savathun's betrayal, and finally to show him a piece of Oryx's blade. Kelgorath touched this blade and offered himself to become a Taken by War, which means that even as it was Oryx's blade, he, his body and will, is now totally under control of Xivu. And so he became Kelgorath Taken from Bones as we know him from this season. And he was beaten for the 5th time in Operation Fulgurite this season and in deep dives. I don't know if this counts separately, but still this is quite a number of defeat. That definitely makes him a single named enemy we fought the greatest number of times. If you wonder how is that possible that he keeps getting back, an answer is his throne word. It is a kind of pocket dimension the Ascendant Hive get as a save point for their consciousness when they are mighty enough. That means Kelgorath has enough esteem to be ascended. but I've seen some comments on YouTube videos that it is probably more like a throne apartment than from World because of his constant failures. And considering his constant changes, I've heard Destiny players are taking bets if Kelgorath will transform again, this time probably into a Lightbearer Knight because it's still something he didn't try out yet. That would really be a joke, as he would be back into Savathun's service. But Kelgorath isn't the only boss this season. In the first mission, Operation Thunderbolt, we've met Jaws, a Wrathborn Servitor. That means he was a Fallen transformed by Xivu Arath's Cryptolith into a Wrathborn. According to lore, he ambushed Vanguard scout patrols with Hive and Taken, but I think this is just an excuse to fight him in already mentioned operation. There he traps us in an arena with other Fallen Wrathborn, so even if they all look like Fallen, they are under Xivu's control. In the second mission we meet Kudazad, bound to Xivu Arath. Her story is a little more interesting and slightly similar to Kelgorath's. She was once Kudazad, Binder of Savathun, a wizard in Savathun's service on Titan in the first year of Destiny 2, so quite a long time ago. She died of our hands then, but was resurrected by Kelgorath after Titan disappeared when he used her skull in a ritual in tribute to Xivu Arath. And in salvage operations we also have several bosses. Azshradat, or something like this, Celebrant of Xivu Arath. He was a commander we first met in the introduction mission this season on the Archaeologist deck. There is actually nothing interesting to say about him, but the second option for a boss during salvages is an ogre Uorgotha, something like this, Scourge of the Deep, assisted by Val Ca'uor, Bladebound to Xivu Arath. They are more interesting case, as we've already encountered some scourges of something, and that something was always a species or a planet destroyed by Xivu Arath, like the Ammonite or Helium Drinkers. In Season of the Seraphs, finally, we even managed to kill Uorgotha, Scourge of the Earth.
This sector is crawling with Hive and Taken. Let's head down and dodge some of this heat.
Scourge of the Earth, who supervised hacking our Warsap network, which would eventually lead to Earth's destruction too. And now we have Scourge of the Deep. I don't know if that means Xivu is looking forward to destroy the whole depths of Titan, or it just means an assault on the deep.
Now I'm too curious not to ask. What's Xivu digging up for you?
The time I wasted. How my choices, my weakness, found me on the edge of giving up. Without Osiris and the Guardian, I would remain lost.
Okay, that resonates with me. She says I'd be nothing without Asa. That we're cowards. But I'm here, fighting her to the end.
Hers are words she wishes were true.
I don't know if that means Xivu is looking forward to destroy the whole depths of Titan, or it just means an assault on the deep, but here we've killed her commander, so that's good news. When it comes to Val Ca'uor, the story is quite sad. At the beginning of Destiny 2 there was a Red War with Cabal Red Legion, led by Dominus Ghaul. After Ghaul's fall, Val Ca'uor became Red Legion leader and attacked Leviathan, Emperor Kalus's ship. Kalus called us then for...
You're on site, Guardian. I'll draw away their commander while you get the job done.
Kalus called us for help to get rid of Val during a raid activity on Leviathan. So Val was originally a raid boss, and now we meet him as a Taken assisting Uorgotha during basic seasonal activity. And as you probably know, being Taken means that Xivu had to resurrect him, and now he's under full control of her will, so he got quite degraded. As for me, that's all I prepared for this video. Let's just finish the mission and see what Asa had for us. No matter if you're leaving now or at the end, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this small piece of summary. As always, I hope you're having a great day, and see you soon. Bye!
Almost like we planned it, Guardian. Let's sink a little more and do it again. I think you're right about those words being what Xivu wants to be true. It won't happen while I hold Titan.
When I crusaded against the Elixni, I held very similar idea. Osiris, too, had a singular mind about the facts. We lost ourselves in these obsessions. We lost moments that truly mattered.
With all due respect, Saint, we are very different people.
Osiris warned me you would be resistant.
Again, all due respect, but Osiris is a damn know-it-all.
Yes, well, that is because he knows many things.
Okay, partner. Get drilling while I get loud and make a diversion for you.
Transmat collection receiving. Coral secure. You are clear to dive, and Saint-14 is with you.
All egregore samples are safe in containment. Ready to punch a hole out of here?
Kelgorath! Taken from bones, chiseled by loss! Rise! A test of metal!
Saint, I've heard the stories, but what actually happened to Osiris?
I only know what he has told me. And that I have never seen Osiris soundly beaten. Xivu Arath drew him into a trap. He slaughtered Hive that she took power from. His light was not enough. He wonders if Strand would have been.
I saw her projection on Titan before Asa found me. How do we fight something like that?
I do not know. Any way we can.
Oh, hey there, Valis.
Germain. Or is it Dredgen Hope?
You know it's Drifter these days. Has been for a long time.
I was just speaking with the Deputy Commander. She's ready for you.
How's she holding up?
Sloane is a soldier, and that role has given her purpose. Hope. But she has been through a great ordeal. Her own personal dark age.
Yeah. That's a bad hand to be dealt. Maybe this can wait. Unless you want to tip one back. Talk about the bad old days.
What is that? Motor oil? Battery acid.
Only one way to find out.
You and I are among the oldest of our kind. Centuries we've orbited each other. Why now?
Why not?
Maybe another time.
I think Kaido's actually mellowed that old wolf out a bit.
Something more. Two halves of a whole, long divided. A schism between them. Reunited. A glimpse beyond. To the beginning.
The plan's working. It's getting easier for me to parse Asa's thoughts, like a picture coming into focus. Other things are a little harder for me to wrap my head around. When I first heard of Saladin's Iron War Beasts, I didn't know what to think. We lost a lot of people in the Red War. The Empire took so much away from us, and now Saladin commands an Imperial Legion. They're the reason we had to fall back and regroup on Titan. Why I had to send fire teams down into the arcology, never to return. Those Guardians died under my orders. They paid for our foothold in blood. When the pyramids arrived, there was no way in hell I'd give it all up without a fight. This is nothing compared to what others sacrificed. Completing the mission is how I honor them. Just like Saladin honors the Iron Lords, no matter who he leads into battle against our enemies. Stay the course, Guardian. Once Asa and I are ready again, it's back into the depths for us.
Saladin Forge. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Just thinking about the bad old days, like you said. And that bar you used to tend at the base of Fellwinter Peak. You went by Wu Ming, as I recall. Made some coin selling drinks to the Iron Lords. Then spent it hiring them to do jobs on the side. Remember all of that?
Yeah, I remember. You left out the part where you threatened to burn it down.
Maybe I should have. I never asked you why you ran that little operation. What did you stand to gain?
With how your pack of wolves tipped their bartender? Not much. That place never got too busy, but I had my regulars, and they all had their problems. Some of them just weren't that easy to see from on top of a mountain. Maybe I wanted to call them to your attention.
Ah, so you had a better perspective.
Not better, just different.
I suppose I can see the value in that.
Everything's got value, old wolf. You just gotta know where to look.